What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and today we have new gameplay of Kirby in the Forgotten Land, showing off a brand new side mode in the game, or an extra mode as part of the story. We have new 3D challenge stages that are known as Treasure Road. You go through a series of rooms trying to use your copy ability to collect these gems and coins in order to formulate a crystal star. Now, it's unclear what this crystal star does right now, and we can start to speculate here in a bit, but we do know it's called a rare stone. And let's start off by talking about not the rare stone itself, but how we even get to Treasure Road in the first place. Where are we at and how do we get to these challenge stages? Well, when we go back to one of the reveal trailers, we see Kirby going through the open hub world. And as he's going through, you can clearly see which ones are the actual stages. They're marked with the red circles and the dots below it. We have 1, 2, 3 red ones and 1 purple one, which is probably the boss battle at the end of this road. Now, along the outsides of these areas, we see these star rifts, and these dimensional rifts could be the things that are taking us to these extra worlds. Now, if you look at the areas that's underneath them, they're always relatively small, like a couple of buildings, some wood structure, and of course a couple of trees, and nothing really indicating an actual world or level. Now, it doesn't look like anything's obstructing us from going to these extra stages, well, and that might just be the reason because Kirby is currently flying to World 2, which means he's already beat World 1, and maybe he's already beat these extra stages as well, so maybe you have to unlock them one at a time. But it looks like Kirby will fly through these rifts and appear in this world. Once again, it looks like he is in a dimensional rift as he's doing these challenges, as you can see the crazy lined out background like we've seen once again from another dimension in Kirby Return to Dreamland. So this looks very familiar from what we've seen before, and I think it's safe to say that Kirby is in a space-time continuum or some type of rift as he's completing these challenges for these rare stones. Now remember, this isn't the first time Nintendo's had some type of challenge stages for Kirby. In Kirby Return to Dreamland, they had these challenge stages with these different copy abilities, and same with Kirby's Dream Collection, which just amped the difficulty. And these things were super easy to play, extremely difficult to master. And that's why I'm actually very excited about these in a 3D space, because I think Nintendo could do something really unique with this. Now, of course, I don't think they're going to go as hardcore as they did with the past ones, where you had to collect all the silver and gold and bronze coins in order to get a perfect run, defeating every enemy and not slowing down a bit during the entire run. I think this is more of just a way to kind of collect these extra rare stones for something else. I don't think it's going to be as hardcore as what we've seen in the past. Now, looking at the results screen shows us what's going to be measured here as far as our success. We have a clear time, and we have our time kind of recorded to see what our best time could have been. So you can go through these and kind of improve your time and stuff like that. But there is a target time of under a minute. You get 50 plus coins and a little check mark in that box, which means there's at least something that you should work for is completing it as fast as possible. There's no coin count or anything else or even a rating, so thankfully we don't have to grind this until our fingers bleed. But once again, I want to take a look at the name of this. This is called Treasure Road, as if it's a separate game mode entirely, like it's not even part of the main game. Which is very interesting, because this could very well not actually be the rifts that we've seen before in the overworld. This could be something else entirely, something else on the side that leads to something, because what's the point of the rare stones at this point? If it's not tied into the story, what is this? And then when Kirby reaches the fire challenge, we actually get a brief scene where we can see where he's coming from, and it doesn't look like it's a dimensional rift. It's some type of purple void, and something that we really haven't seen so far within this game. So this might even confirm that this definitely is not part of the main story and not those extra stars and those extra dimensional rifts that we've seen on the main map. So how are we getting here? What is this? It looks like it's just a side mode, but is it going to amount to anything with these rare stones? Well, before we get to the stones, let's talk about the challenges themselves now. The challenge starts with Kirby coming from the rift and landing on one of these challenge stages, and it's your job to use your copy ability in order to gather these crystals that formulate the red stone. You can also pick up coins along the way, and you have to defeat enemies to get in your way, and of course, this first stage is Kirby using the cutter ability, and he's throwing his cutters out and grabbing things that are over the spikes and formulating the crystal. Kirby has to put together 3 little ones in order for them to form into one giant rare crystal at the very end, and he'll go through different sections doing this, once again defeating more enemies and collecting more crystals. Here's the gameplay for the rest of the stage. Now this next one is a fire challenge for Kirby, and it has Kirby racing for each cannon. Kirby's job is to set the torch on fire and block anything that's on top of the rope, so that way the cannon can actually detonate and shoot Kirby. Now there's tons of boxes and enemies that will stand on this rope, and you have to kind of get rid of them all in order to clear yourself a path, and it's about that simple. There's nothing really to collect and nothing really to formulate. Kirby's just making his way to the end. Now these are the only two abilities that we have challenges for right now, and I'm sure the rest of the abilities are going to have challenges as well. And I also think there might be evolutionary copy ability challenges that you'll need to use as well, because some of them, will just work completely different and might be used in a different way. So that would be really cool to have different challenges, not only on different copy abilities, but the same abilities and just different levels of their strength. And I think these are going to be scattered throughout the game in various amounts. Now the question still remains is, what's the point of these rare stars and these rare stones? Like, what do they do? What's the purpose? It's nearly impossible for me to say right now because there's no evidence that shows anything of what this can do. I mean, this could obviously open up maybe new worlds, new levels, maybe some type of new extra mode, maybe some type of secret boss battle at the end. I don't know, maybe the return of Galactonite or Morpho Knight. I have no clue what this could do, and I leave that one up to you guys. What do you think this could be? But we do have something in this scene. In the top left, we can see maybe an item that Kirby takes with him. It looks like a shield, so maybe he can take some type of potion or something to gain health or to have a shield around him. But on the right, we have Kirby's collection of different minifigures, his coin count, and also his count for rare stones. So maybe this does tie into the main game, which is a lot more interesting, because this then tells me that maybe these rare stones can be traded in for something special, whether it's at this vending machine or somewhere else. I don't think this vending machine is going to take rare stones. These look way too special to just go into a little vending machine for minifigures. So I'm actually thinking that these might be used for some type of extra game mode or some type of extra thing later on, hopefully for a cool secret boss fight or something like that. But like I said, it's really hard to tell right now, but what do you guys think? I'm super excited for this game. We are just about a week and a half away until the release of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. There's going to be so many secrets and cool details to talk about, so make sure that you're subscribed, like the video, and have post notifications turned on so that way you're ready for everything and anything Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and I will be there to give you guys all the updates and scoops about the game and everything you need to know. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.